Did you know that the average professional checks and responds to emails 36 times an hour? And in a day, we actually spend 26% of our day on emails. So, for business executive, business owners, team leads, it's a very important place to start. Hello there, my name is Joy from Abeyie Innovation Studios, and I'm excited to have you for our very first episode of our Digital Productivity Mastery series. Thank you for joining us. And in our very first episode, we are going to be talking about emails. Let's get started.
So this is an inbox that I'm using as an example. And this is one inbox that I have which has been left unattended to. And of course, the content have been blurred out for privacy purposes. So the very first thing on our list when it comes to being productive and especially managing your emails, number one is to declutter. Gmail, for example, and Outlook, and whichever email provider that you use, have created some very powerful tools to help you just search and delete. So, for example, I do receive emails from days of the year. Find the email that sends you that particular email, and then push it into your search, and you'll be able to see every single email that comes from this particular inbox. So what you can do is to bulk select, and you will be able to select all that, revolves in this conversation and hit the delete button. Okay, you confirm and then you delete. Perfect. Another way to make sure that you don't receive more emails from them is also to unsubscribe to their emails. So you can go into one of the emails that they sent. Usually you would find unsubscribe on the top here, depending on the version of Gmail that you're using. Or you could scroll all the way to the bottom of the email, and they do usually provide you the opportunity to unsubscribe from these emails. So that's number 2 of how to declutter: unsubscribe and delete unwanted emails. Use what I call the important first view. So once you're in your inbox, you go to your settings gear, and then you move to what will be on your right pane by default, and you come all the way down, to prioritize how you want to view your inbox. Okay, so there is what we call important first, or unread first, or start first, or you can customize how you want to see your emails. All right, so I'm going to choose what I'll call important first, and Gmail has, you would see something like a shape, sort of a yellow arrow that is always in front of your emails. And so when you do receive an email and this is an important email that you would want to check on later, you just have to click the arrow button, and then your inbox is going to prioritize any of such emails at the top of your inbox, so that once you get to your inbox, you see your important messages first, and then you can see the rest of your emails or everything else beneath it. That's as simple as that. And the third thing we're going to look at is filters and rules. So I have a couple of labels here. I have named one academia, there's one newsletters and notes. So I have created a label called academia because I want to be able to see a particular research paper, how much is being viewed. It's important to me. We're going to use filters, filters and rules. Rules applies in Outlook, but it's the same concept. To come into your settings and then come to filters. You can create a new filter by pasting the email address specifically that you received this particular email to, and you create filter. You can add a number of things. It could be a to, it could be subject, it could be has how many words, it could be size, however you want to organize it. This is how. But for me, in this example, we're going to just create a filter. I think that newsletters are great for when I do have time to read them, but I don't want them to be cluttering my main inbox. And when I do get a newsletter, it's very clear with, color coded to know that this is a newsletter. So let's go ahead and create the filter here. And here, the rule that we're going to select is to choose label. So you can either pre-create the labels from the left pane, or when you come here, you can actually create a new label. So in this case, I've already created a label called newsletters. So I'm going to select that. And I'm also going to apply to existing matching conversations, meaning that every other email I have received from Olive Tree, I'm going to put them in newsletter. So we'll go ahead and create the filter. Okay, so just watch what's going to happen. You notice that newsletters has been color coded purple, and I currently have 198 that have been placed inside this filter. So I'll click on it and you'd see that all emails from Olive Tree are in there. So when I do have time, I want to go through the emails, I would take my time and look at it one after the other. So you'd see that the color purple has now been attached to the email addresses. So I just want any email that has abeyiestudios.com. It's probably not a specific person, but if it's an email coming from a client with a specific domain, then you know that's an important email. So you could put the domain name there and then you create the filter. So we're saying that any email coming from an abeyiestudios.com account should go to a label called VIP clients, and then also apply to matching conversations. Create your emails from your VIP clients, move into a filter for you, or moved into a specific place for you. So another quick hack for you, for filtering is, just really when you do meet the email and you're like, this email needs to hit a particular label, or I need to apply a particular automation filter to this, you could actually just use the three dots you have on top here, and then you can filter messages like this. So when you click on this, it automatically picks up the email address, searches them out, and then you can apply the filter that you want. So number 4 in making your emails work for you and become very effective is to be able to put stuff in your task as you go. All right. So Google uses what they call the task. You can download it as an app on your phone so that it synchronizes with your email task as well. So one of the things you can do is, if you do receive an email somebody and then there's an action for you to take, you just go to the email and you can add to task. So automatically you're creating a task for yourself. So I'm going to click on task. So the moment I click add to task, you see your task pane would open, and then that will be added on as a task. So if you use task as an app on your phone, with the same email address, you'll be able to address these things. And once you're done, you can set, due date, You can set some more details around how you want to get this done. And then once that's done, you just mark as complete. Once it's complete and the email is no longer relevant, please feel free to archive those emails. It's very important. This trail of messages is done. There's no more action for me to do. Just archive it. Just be in the habit of archiving emails so that once you tackle the email, you put it in archives. Trick here, I'm going to use another inbox to show you this. Check in your settings. Quickly go to see all settings and go to advanced. Check on templates. If you do send many emails a day, you want to enable this. This turns on 10 frequent messages into templates to save time. Right, so we've just created a template. I'm going to reply to this email manually and referencing the template. So instead of typing, I just use 2 clicks to get this done, and then I send quickly. All right. You can also automate this or use as a filter. So we're going to just redo this in another step. So I'm going to just go to these 3 dots, filter messages like these. So let's say messages that are going to come from a particular client, or you want to use a filter like we've already done. So create filter and send template. Okay, so you choose a template, email acknowledged. So it could be from a particular domain, or it could be, and then apply to a matching, So automatically, once that email hits your account, you have this email acknowledged going out to them. But if you do this on a much larger scale where you're working with clients, on a bigger scale, you're receiving as many as 50, 100 emails from clients, you might want to consider using a customer relationship management tool, which we'll be having an episode on very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you so much for staying through to the end. We hope you found this useful. Use the comment section to share your favorite thoughts with us. Subscribe, like, and see you in the next episode.